So what happens next? No, don't question me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean Dee Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. All the dots. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. In the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? 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 Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem like likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again, Vasquez. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same question and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. I came so far only to fail. See, it seems there's no further questions. I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Dee Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objectioning, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again. What? What? You're the prosecutor, are you? Wow, I mixed voices up there. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, ergo. His Britishness is just leaking through. I want to hear what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick! Why did Edgeworth... Who knows? Probably realized she did it, too. But... Wasn't he the one that always tried to get a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. After finding the body... Let's do this. I was with Saul and Obag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Obag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. That was short and sweet. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist out the truth. Right. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Cross-examination after finding the body. Okay, now let's see. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, blah blah blah. Security lady, old bag, was quite agitated, pointing fingers at it, saying he did it. Asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to this trailer to get my script and direction notes. Let's press the statement. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think! Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to believe why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to the defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? That sounded like weird. Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness may change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I'm thinking that this is bogus, so let's present this. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers! What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think Mr. Hammer was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez! You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you're confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.